everyone, Connie here, co-founder of coolFIRE.online, and we have an amazing guest speaker today. Her name is Connie, and she is the boss lady of CRM Enterprise, and we wanted Connie to give us some insights into supplier and company relationships because she deals with them on a regular basis. But first, let's say hi to Connie. Connie, thank you for having me.
Hi, Colleen. Thank you. It's an honor. Love to be on the platform.
Oh, thank you so much. So we understand that you've had some blessings over the last couple of weeks. Do you want to tell our listeners a little bit about the blessings? You know, running a business and also...
Yes, a new life has come into our lives. So
Yes.
we've got a little baby in the house. I'm officially a granny. So the happiest moment.
Well, congratulations,
Such
Connie.
joy.
So for those of you that are listening on your way to work or wherever you are, and you're not actually watching the YouTube video, we refer to Connie as Glamour because she is completely kitted out. She is in this beautiful suave, swagged satin shirt with this power collar, power earrings, and just looking the part. And Connie has to deal with clients on a regular basis and suppliers and has to manage those relationships. And we wanted to share with our listeners, how do you keep up by building these great relationships with all these suppliers that you've got to deal with on a day-to-day basis, Connie?
Look, Colleen, I think it boils down to mutual respect. You cannot work with someone that you don't respect. You cannot work with someone that you do not trust. So you have to vet your suppliers. You have to have that trust relationship and give them the respect that they need. So I think over time, based on how you brief them, because the one thing that always causes frustration for suppliers, if you don't brief them properly, then they won't be able to supply you or to serve you the way you need to. So you have to make sure that your brief is clear. You have to communicate your expectations. You have to communicate your client's expectations to your suppliers. And that it's the basis of a solid relationship. So yeah, over the past 4 years, we've built some solid relationship with suppliers that we respect, that we understand, and they understand our brand. And yeah, so that's what it boils down to.
I think just for some of the guys as well that might not know exactly about CRM Enterprise, and I mean, you can go and read more about this in our captions, but tell us a little bit, or tell our viewers a little bit about what CRM Enterprise actually does.
So we are branding specialists. We put your brand top of client's mind with our branding solutions. So you're talking embroidery, you're talking large format printing, you're talking promotional products, you're talking outdoor branding elements, that's us. Graphic design work, web development, all of that, and we throw in a bit of events management here and there.
So I think it's safe to say that you've got probably hundreds of suppliers in all different realms that you need to be dealing with different personalities.
Yes,
sure,
definitely. But you know what, at the end of the day, it's the same industry. I think anyone and everyone who's in the marketing and the branding space, they understand the agency. I think the reason we are all in there is for the adrenaline that comes with the running around, the making things, seeing how things come to life. So I think we all understand one another. And also one last thing that I wanted to mention is that you must pay your suppliers.
Your suppliers.
You must pay them,
because we all want to be paid.
Because you know what we do, like as time goes on, you build this trust, they start giving you things on credit, and then you don't now pay them. That creates a lot of frustration. And also, tomorrow when you come in and say, I need this, they're not going to have a sense of agency because they don't know when you're going to pay them or if you're going to pay them. So you have to pay your suppliers.
Absolutely. So you mentioned earlier on about the running around, and I would imagine that in order to run around, you need people and resources to help run around as well. But I would imagine that, I mean, we can't do everything, right? We human beings, we can't do it all.
Yeah.
But even though we've got support, have you ever gotten to a point where you had to say to a client, sorry, I can't help you? what happens in that instance if you can't help a specific customer?
We in our industry, there's hardly ever a reason for you to say no, because the options are endless. You know, if someone comes and say, I want you to sublimate these marks for me, I think what we're gonna say is that due to time constraints or whatever the situation is, we can't sublimate, but we can definitely do another form of printing. So I think because of the options that are there's hardly ever a reason to say no. The only reason I would say no is if you want to come and ask me to build a bridge because I'm not in construction. Then I would say no.
But you might know somebody that's in construction, right? Because
Exactly. But you know what? I think since we've started, I've never had to turn down a client to say no, we cannot help you on things that we do, because like you just said, we would build a network of people. So I have people on my speed dial. I know who to call for this. I know who to call as a backup. So there's literally plan A all the way to plan Z. So no, it's not really an option.
No is not an option. No is not an option. I like that actually. I'm writing it down.
No, we'll tell you no, we can't do this thing, but we can do this one. That will still give you the same results. So yeah, but no.
And I like what you're saying, you know, collaboration and networking and just having that mutual respect with various people allows you to be able to tap into them so that you're not saying no to the client.
Yeah.
You might not physically be able to, fulfill, but there might be somebody that will. And I think that's what the client at the end of the day really wants.
Absolutely.
Is, you know, but don't make it my problem.
Yes.
I'm looking for a solution.
Yeah.
Give me a solution. And if you're not the solution, can you help me find a solution?
And there's a lot of times where they don't even know the hoops that we have to jump through to make sure that you get what you need to get. But you know, I understand. I think also my background in customer service has taught me a lot about customer needs and how to make sure that the customer is happy. So there's always an idea. There's always a way around it.
But so now tell me, Connie, you mentioned customer service and you spoke about adrenaline earlier on. And we all know that when you throw people in a mix, it becomes stressful, right? Because systems are fantastic when they're working. As soon as you throw people in there, it becomes quite stressful. And I would imagine that with this running around and trying to make things happen, it can be quite taxing on an individual. So for you and your team, how do you manage stress effectively?
What stress?
Somebody call you the team.
You know what? I think, look, personally, I think stress is relative. And also you need to know the people that you have in the team. So there must be a balance. So if you look at me, in my team, I have Hauda who's been the voice of reason and the calm one. So I will panic and he never panics over anything. So I think over time I've learned that, you know what, not everything is as bad as it looks. It will be sorted out one way or the other. So you need to have those people in the team that you know that this one will panic, this one is not going to panic, this one will be able to handle it. So we try to have as much fun as we can in the office. Like today,
yes,
we made it a big thing because for us it's a nice thing. It's for us to just switch off and just do something different. So we try to have as much fun as we can. We laugh a lot. But I think it's just having different personalities in the team and know who to delegate what to who, to make sure that this one is not gonna panic, this one is not it's gonna get it done. So yeah, it's just about that. Personally, for me, it's just about getting the work done. So until the work is done, I don't even think about how stressful it is. Until it's done, then I sit back and I do a post-analysis. I was like, yo,
wow,
that was
exhausting.
Yeah, that was hectic. So yeah, I think my coping mechanism is to just get it done.
I think that's actually important, you know, and for anybody who's listening as well, I think it's important to remember that when you have an environment that your team can feel safe, secure, and they know that they're going to have fun in, it takes a little bit of the pressure off. Because your body doesn't know the different levels of stress. So it doesn't know how to differentiate between good stress and bad stress.
Yeah.
Your body actually just knows that it's stress.
Yeah.
And the mind can't physically, it's actually impossible for the mind to focus on two things at the same time. So we call it multitasking,
Yes.
but it's actually not multitasking. You literally are switching from one task to the other very quickly. So your brain is doing left, right, and kind of playing ping pong all the time. And if your team feels that they can relax and they can just have fun and get through the day without added pressure, because you know we all have pressures at home.
Yeah.
We come with our pressure. It's very hard to leave your home things at the door when you're coming in. And if you can create a safe environment for your team, then I think that's very, very important. We want to make sure that the teams can deliver to the highest quality.
I think also the background counts because I literally grew up in the gaming industry. I don't think there's ever an environment that is as stressful and high pressured as a gaming space. So I think that experience, it what shaped me. So that's what I know. I know work to be agent, I know work to have to be of this standard, and that's the only thing that I know. So it does not feel as pressure as much, it just feels like that's how it should be done.
So I think, Connie, it's then safe to say that, sure, you demand excellence from your team, right? Because
they know.
They know it. I think they know it.
Yeah, no, I can't settle for anything less.
And
I don't know anything else.
It's amazing. You know what? To have high aspirations, I mean, that is why you are successful today. You've got high aspirations. You expect your team and you hold them to a high level of excellence. And that's something that your clients can look out for as well, is the service excellence that comes from CRM Enterprise. But in saying that, you know, sometimes it's very hard to meet high expectations, you know, especially when people are coming into the workforce newly. So how do you keep those team members focused on delivering to that high service excellence without breaking their spirit or anything like that? Because, you know, humans, we come with emotions.
Reinforcement. Because I think marketing does not come naturally to everyone. So as much as we are a team, it's not everyone in the team who has a marketing background and also who understands. So we have to make sure that you keep on reinforcing why we do what we do. So one of the things that it's a non-negotiable for me, it's a strategy session. So the strategy guideline for the whole year. And anyone that comes in, if you happen to come in during the year, I take you through the whole year strategy guideline so that you understand why do we do what we're doing and what are we hoping to achieve with what we're doing. So because I think if you know why you do what you do, you'll understand that, okay, I have to do this because this is the result that is expected and this result will lead to that. So I make sure that everyone understands what it is that they have to do. I mean, some of them will say, do we have to talk about this every day? Yes, we have to talk about it every day because until they understand and until they get into that, you have to keep on reinforcing it.
Yeah.
And you won't be, I don't think you will be as frustrated if you know why you do what you do. Because I think what will cause frustration is if I demand you to do things but you don't know why. And some will not ask, why are you asking me to do this? Why are we doing it this way? But as we're having conversations, I make sure that when I get out of the office, I take whoever I can take with. We spend time together in the car, you know, like discussing things that has nothing to do with work, just to get into their head and then to get into my head, so that they have that understanding of myself and I have an understanding of them. So I think that also strengthens the relationship and also brings out the best in them.
I love that, Connie. For our listeners as well, if you want to go and check out Connie's Facebook page especially, she shares some behind the scenes footage of driving around in a cabbie with her team, singing to very loud music, I might add. But it just gives you a little bit of insight into the fun that they actually have when they're on the road delivering for their clients and you know, from their suppliers. And so Connie, I think that's fantastic. I think that, you know what, keeping everybody on track on where the ship is going is very important, because they're going to buy into what you need out of them, and it's just going to make clarity for everybody. And we're creatures of habit, so we need to listen to it many times. We've got too many things going on.
Yes.
They say our attention span is less than a goldfish now, so less than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So you constantly have to reinforce. So that's fantastic. I think then, Connie, as an end off, I believe that CRM Enterprise has now gone into a new space. And I was going to ask you about, tell me a time, when it was really stressful. But I think that everybody knows it can get stressful, and we've got to put these key things in place, which I'll sum up now at the end. But I think more importantly, I understand that you've gone into a little bit of custom work, which is quite exciting. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, we've done custom work twice now over the past month. And how that came about is that, I think it's that relationship that you build with customers, and they trust your brand and they trust that you can deliver. Because when they first came and said, the first customer was so trust, they needed uniform for their housekeeping staff. And they said, but we're not in manufacturing, we supply. And they said, yeah, but we will rather you handle the manufacturer on our behalf. So be this person that stands here and make sure that it gets delivered. And we did that, and it came out nicely, and we were very proud. And they were also very happy. So that gave us the confidence that actually there's more that we can do. So it does not have to end with just the supplying. We do have the capacity to manufacture, we do have the capacity to do the big jobs. And the other one that we did, which we are very proud of, it's a custom-made keyring for one of our clients. They
do you have one?
Yes, we do have a sample.
Right.
So it came out beautifully because they had this idea that they wanted the keyring to be different because they are going into a trade show in Dubai.
Wow.
And they wanted to stand out. So we sat with a manufacturer and we worked on a design which they were very excited with. And we're taking through the whole process. We're showing them when the work was starting, when the designing was done, when the manufacturing was done, before the colors were added in. And to see the finished product, it was really amazing.
So I think we've got some samples, and we're going to
Yes.
post them on your. If you've got one now, we can grab one and just show. Let's show the guys, but we are going to post it on your social media platforms as well. So
Yes.
you can go and check them out on your CRM Enterprise. The handle is for Facebook. They are on Twitter. They are on LinkedIn. They are on Instagram. So there we go. CRM Enterprise is actually everywhere. And right now it sounds like CRM Enterprise is international because they're going to Dubai with their keyring. So that's exciting. That is very cool. So I'm actually just going to do this so that we can take that a little closer to the guys that are seeing.
Amazing.
That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's a little bottle opener as well, because
Yes.
if you're like me and you want to have a cold brewski afterwards, for those stress levels, for you, that's stunning.
A cold one.
And this was done from design all the way through to production, and it all boils down to, as you say, having the best relationships with the right people, so that you are able to produce something phenomenal for your clients.
It's brand alignment. The one thing that I think we do wrong sometimes is to think that just because someone says they can do something, they can do it. There has to be an alignment with your values. So your values has to align with your supplier or whoever it is that you are working with. So I think this is a perfect example of that. We are able to identify the right people to collaborate with, because it's people who understand excellence like we do. It's people who understand timelines, because like we are saying, this had a timeline because they need to take it to Dubai. Imagine if we say, no, we can do it briefly, but you can only get it when you are back. It won't serve the purpose. So you have to have that in conversation. You have to have that understanding that this is what I'm expecting, and make sure that you are on the same page. So we make sure that all the people that we work with, it's people that understand excellence, it's people that understand the importance of timelines. Because if you are in the branding space, Colin, people don't sit around the boardroom table in Jan and say, we're going to want mugs in June.
Yeah.
You talk about it 2-3 days before the event
Yeah.
to say, oh, by the way, we should have that and that and that. So your suppliers need to be on the same. You need to be on the same page. They need to understand the agency. They need to understand the importance of the finished product. Because even if it's quick, it doesn't mean that because it's quick, it must be showing. It has to be of the high quality that we always speak about. So yeah, those are the things that we look at.
Thanks for that, Connie. I think that's a really great way to end off. And just some final points to share. We spoke about your briefs being clear, having expectations, pay your suppliers, people, very, very important. Please look after your suppliers, make sure that your networking is ironclad, because when you can do that, it really allows for magic to happen. I think is the gorgeous thing. The options are limitless, and no is not an option, so make sure there's option and make sure you can tap into your networks and make it fun for your team. Take the pressure off your team, because it's tough. Yeah, and on that note, Connie, I'm going to say thank you very much. Thank you for being our guest speaker. It's always great chatting to you, and hopefully we'll have another segment later on where we join again, and I'm going to come out again to Tugela Street. It is quite a treat being here. Come out and visit. Their CRM Connect station is over here for now, but Connie's got massive dreams, big dreams, and we might be sharing even more information in the next couple of months.
No, I think we have to thank you, Colleen, because I know this is not about you, but I think the audience and the viewers must know that I think coolFIRE has really, really elevated CRM enterprise in terms of our branding, because as much as we do branding, sometimes you need to remove yourself from your own brand, because you might have some blind spots, and we couldn't be happier to have come to you guys and for you guys to come on board and refresh our brand and do all this beautiful work that you do, because whatever you see, guys, our website, our Facebooks, everywhere, it's coolFIRE that is really, really doing our marketing. So we are really, really, really happy, and we are really grateful for all the work that you do. And also, this is another brand alignment that we're talking about, because you understand excellence, and it's your middle name and it's our middle name. So this relationship was made in heaven, and we hope it's gonna continue. So when we have with these big dreams, when they become a reality, we hope that we'll still be there and you'll still be holding our hands. Thank you.
We hope to be there, Connie. Thank you. Best of luck. Thank you, guys. Tune in for more segments, more subscriptions, and check out our podcast channel, and make sure to follow us. And all the details are in the captions.